Hello, Internet, and welcome to Saturday Night's Star Power. Thanks for joining us this wonderful Saturday afternoon, evening, Sunday morning, whatever time it is and day it is for you out there. We're here for the premiere episode of this new game. We're going to be playing Overarms, which you may not have heard of before if you hadn't watched our one-shot. It's a game that was just kickstarted by Rookie Jet Studios, written by Corey Burns. Kickstarter ended about 2 weeks ago. I think the books are supposed to be going up a drive-through RPG sometime in the near future. But yeah, it's sort of a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Persona, Fate, kind of very anime-heavy spin on a rules-light system. We haven't done our we did our session 0 a couple weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago. We didn't stream that, but we're going to kind of go through and talk about our characters, who we're playing, but this is our first episode of it. Obviously, I would start off by this with playing a new system and be like, I apologize because we're going to get things wrong, but nobody knows how to play this game, so I don't have to apologize for it because everyone's learning. So yeah, as you can also see, this isn't our normal setup either. I'm sitting at a kitchen table and I've got 2 laptops in front of me, so this is going to be fun for me. But we're gonna power through. So it's gonna be a weird energy, but we're gonna do the best we can. I don't think. You saw our promo video. We've got lots of other streams that we do on this channel. Almost every day of the week. If you like what you see here today, you can check out our next stream after this one. We won't have anything tomorrow because Feng and I are going to be traveling back to our regular setup. But our next stream will be on Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's EOS, D&D 5th edition adventure that we've been doing for some time now. Unfortunately, we didn't have a game last week because our DM was not feeling well. Hopefully we'll have a game or something going on this coming Tuesday. Stay tuned for that, though. We'll give you updates as we go. Otherwise, this week, I think Thursday is Elegant Suffering this week. My schedule is so all over the place. It feels like just last week was the last game. So yeah, Elegant Suffering. It's a Good Society game. It's on Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. So come join us for that. That will definitely be our next game. Savannah, you raised your hand.
We also have our off episode of Wild Space since we missed last week.
Right.
So we're making up Wild Space this week on Wednesday. So you get Wild Space on Wednesday and Elegant Suffering on Thursday.
Yeah. Busy week this week. So we should have a stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh boy. But yeah, you can check out our schedule below if you're watching us live on Twitch. The whole thing is there. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then head on over to our Twitch page. You can see whatever we're doing at the current day and time that you're watching this in the future at some point. Let me think. I think that's everything as far as announcements go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my players here introduce themselves. They're going to tell a little bit about who they are, where they stream, other places, and also introduce their characters. Now, everyone is going to introduce their character and their anima, because this game, like I said, is kind of based on media like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Persona, and so every player will have their character that they'll play, and also some sort of manifestation of themselves. This power that they have, and that has a name as well, and has its own personality and all that good stuff. So everyone will kind of introduce those. You can give a little flavor for both those characters. But one fun thing that we're doing is each player at the table is going to be playing somebody else's anima for the purposes of role play. Everyone rolls for their own characters. We'll kind of talk about how the roles work as we start the game, but we're going to talk a little bit about that because it's going to be kind of fun, a little switcheroo that we're going to have. So first on my list is Savannah. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name's Savannah, or Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. When this channel is live, you can find me on it. Sean just basically said my whole schedule for the week. When I'm not here on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can find me on twitch.tv/koboldpress for our D&D 5e campaign, Lessons in Deep Magic, where I play cleric who always kind of sounds like she's high. That's really fun. So come hang out with me there. But otherwise, I'm here. Tonight, I'm playing Piper, who is how to describe. Piper is a rising pop star, and she wants to hit it big. And her anima is called Vega. Vega is a fighter class type. I don't know what type, I think.
Type.
Yeah, Vega is a fighter type and is essentially a very, very large, vaguely humanoid transformer looking thing, complete with lots of boombox speakers.
And it's going to be played
And
by...
it's going to be played by Sid.
What?
I love him.
It's going to be amazing.
That's it. Is there anything else I should say?
No, we'll get into... Yeah, we'll get into everything else as the game goes, I think. Okay. As far as like stats and stuff like that. So
well, that's Piper. She's trying to be famous.
Yeah. Let's see. Next is Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at GreekSid. I think everything that I'm doing is GGK related and has been mentioned so far. So yeah, keep coming back to GGK and you'll see me at some point. This evening I'm playing Penelope, aka Penny. Penny. Wow. Is there an exact opposite of Piper? Because I guess that's Penny. Penny is an avid photographer, a aspiring videographer, and filmmaker, and just likes to be in the background, just where she'll be a lot. She's very shy, very socially awkward, and yeah, she's gonna be fun. Let's just say that. Her anima is called Omega, and Omega is a giant anthropomorphic black hole that just sort of chills behind her all the time, and will be played by RJ.
Perfect. We'll get more into some of that as we go. And next this is working out perfectly here because next is RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. You've seen me in a couple of shows here at GGAME, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and also stream sometimes. When I'm not here, I'm over at other places doing other things, and you can see that when I tweet them out. Today I'll be playing Feng. He works at an antique shop, and he's been in the anima fighting business for a while. His anima is Black Tortoise, which is a stylized Chinese general, and she likes to bust his balls. Will be played by Danae Keener of DanaeKeener.com.
Know thy enemy.
Oh, that's so good. I wasn't expecting the prop work. Awesome. So that's it for RJ. So last but not least, Danae.
Hey everybody, I'm a newcomer on the channel. I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings, mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on the Indoor Adventure stream, where you can also find me on Mondays and Sundays. And I'm going to be playing as Vivian Coyle, but her friends call her Vivi. She is a very busy bee. She has known to be a backup dancer, a barista, a construction worker, among other things. And her anima is a swarm of bees. Oh yeah, she's also a beekeeper. Did I mention that? That's my cat, Frankie. I apologize for him. He hears me talking and he's all like, yes, I shall talk too. And yes, so that anima is a swarm of bees, but it normally takes the form of Vivian's scarf. And that swarm of bees will be played by Savannah.
You can call us Vespa.
That's their name.
Perfect.
We love you, Vivi.
We were all ready for that, but also not ready for that. So Yeah, and bring up the rear. I'm Sean at the Kraken King on Twitter, and I'm going to be running this game. I also titled the GM for the system, and we're gonna try to learn this and play this the best we can. So we're playing right now based off of the quick start rules that are available for free on Drive Thru RPG. We'll be adjusting as the full book is released here in the next few weeks, and but hopefully most of it's going to stay the same, so there won't be too many changes. Like I said, everybody has their anima, which has a type, like Savannah said. I think Piper and Vespa are the fighter type. Feng and Black Tortoise are the guardian type. Penny and Omega are the magician type, and Vivi and Vespa are the assassin type. That doesn't have a lot of bearing on the game. It's mostly kind of a flavor thing. The only thing it like mechanically really affects is the rolls that they will make when they are both like attacking and doing damage. Which combat is a big part of this game because it kind of goes along with the system that or the media that's based off of. I'm not going to get too much into the rules or anything right now. I think we're just going to kind of explore that as we go. The players are a little bit familiar with it at this point, but we're just going to kind of explore things and see where things go. In the chat, if you have any questions about anything that we're doing, feel free to ask and I will try to answer. So, is everyone ready to get started? All right.
Yes.
And so we'll begin. Good morning, Miami. You're listening to WSTR The Cosmos. It's a beautiful day down at the beaches with a forecasted high of 85 degrees. The weekend is kicking off strong as summer winds down. Band Jam, sponsored by Club Lunar, starts at 8 at the Boardwalk with headliners Infinity Destruction, Eclipse Fiction, Planet Hosen, and Day Raiders. Tickets still available at the gates. Let's get out there and support our local talent. It is August 1st, 2001. Many decades ago, in Miami Beach, Florida. Cars idle up and down the coast. Tourists and locals lay out on the beach, toasting in the midday rays under the unobstructed blue sky. Just off the coast, on Meridian Avenue, a 2-story peach-colored shop faces east. The glass windows of the storefront glistening, driftwood lockers, ceramic vases, and a hodgepodge of antiquities packed into the frame catch the eyes of tourists walking down the strip. Etched into the glass windows, the bright blue name of the shop casts a long shadow along the interior, the North Star. The four of you are currently at the North Star. We talked about it a bit before the game in our session 0. This is sort of your I don't know the right word.
P5 Cafe.
HQ.
Yeah.
Hang.
Yeah. Sure. All of those work. Whatever you guys want to call it. This is where all of you meet. It is a shop owned by Feng's grandpa. And it's been in your family business, or it's been your family's business for some time now. All of you are currently they're inside the store. There are a couple of customers right now that are kind of perusing around. I think we didn't really talk about this beforehand, but I imagine you at least there's, other than your grandpa, they probably have like at least like one other employee that helps them with the shop downstairs, whereas the upstairs is the training room that you guys make use of. Is there anything specifically, RJ, that you want to sort of insert into here, or anything like visually that you're imagining for this setup?
Probably along like the back wall there is like a big screen TV, so like you could watch anything you want when they're chilling there. Other than that, it smells heavily of incense. And a lot of the antiques are marked up from like their original value.
Right. So the upstairs currently, the four of you are hanging out in this big kind of, I imagine like an open open space with just a couple of support beams to the roof on the second floor. I'm imagining a collection of some very kind of old fashioned training equipment, like a what is the sparring thing? It's the pole with the
striking dummies.
The striking dummy, yeah. For like martial arts training, but also considering all of you and your abilities, some maybe more specific things, and maybe some more specific gear for your anima training. And currently, currently Grandpa is up there with the four of you, and sort of helping you train as you have your new recruit currently in your little club, Penny, the newcomer, that is sort of being introduced a little bit, being shown the ropes. So I want to kind of set the scene here a little bit with some help from the four of you. How do we see this? Like, you know, what does a training session look like with your crew here?
I think it would be Feng standing next to a striking dummy where like Piper and Vivi are like trying to hit it, and he's just looking at them and going, again. Nope, again. Walks over and like knocks their foot to the side to get a proper stance.
Vivi's on roller skates.
What do we say about roller skates in the house?
Well, what if I need to go somewhere?
Then you put them on and go.
This is faster.
I mean, aren't you supposed to practice how you play? If she's gonna be on roller skates, she should train on roller skates.
Yeah, but she's not the one waxing the floors after they get scuffed, so...
Do you mind if I get a close-up really quick? She's just standing off to the side, like, with her camera, and has been ignoring all of you, but just has been filming everything.
Absolutely not. Go ahead.
I meant of the roller skates.
Vivi does a little twirl, and then, like...
It's really good. Can you do it one more time?
She twirls again. Skirt!
Perfect, thank you.
No problem.
Keep going.
I still really don't think we're doing enough stretching before this.
That's what the Tai Chi is for after.
I still think we should stretch before. I told you guys I would lead yoga.
I don't like yoga. It makes my joints hurt.
I think that's the point.
I think it's pretty relaxing.
Well, me and Vivi will do yoga later.
So currently, as you guys are having this conversation, Grandpa, having left the training up to you, Feng, but you know he is paying attention to everything that you're doing as he's sitting in the corner of the room in a... there's like a very shabby looking like turquoise recliner that he is sort of has his feet propped up in. He's wearing a set of I guess jean short, set like ratty jorts. He's got his flip flops on, got a and like a Hawaiian shirt as he's sitting there, and there's a small like box TV up on a cabinet in the corner that he is currently staring at. And just from over his shoulder, he says to you, Feng, he says, let her keep the skates on, but yeah, you're gonna have to deal with the floors after.
Sorry, Feng. I can stay behind and help you out.
Don't you have a job after this?
Oh, shoot, you're right, I do. Sorry.
Grandpa, have you ever done voiceover work?
Just kind of looks, his head turns a little bit like he's looking towards in your direction. It says, voiceover what?
You should really consider it. You have a very distinctive voice.
Thank you.
We should try to get Grandpa on the radio.
Feng, come here for a minute, boy.
What's up?
All right. I know we talked about this a bit, but you're gonna have to. Part of your training here is for you to kind of take control of the situation, help train them so they don't get killed out there first time they go up against, one of us. She's definitely gonna die if you keep letting her stand there taking photos and not actually training.
You're right. All right. Penny,
Yeah.
put the camera down so you don't break it. And Fang will walk over to a striking dummy, pats the top of it. Let's see what you got.
She'll just walk over, look at the dummy, sort of look at his ear, not really make eye contact, look back at the dummy. What?
Hit it. Like somewhere here, and he'll motion to the chest portion that's padded.
She like open hand slaps it. You just hit it.
A very long, grimacing look. Just, oh. Yep. Everyone starts somewhere.
Did you want me to do it again?
No, I think I've seen enough.
Can I pick up my camera now?
Let's do a couple of rounds first, though.
There's just a long, low sigh from the corner of the room, and you hear the creaking of the chair as Grandpa stands up, just sort of stretches his back a little bit as he's a bit stiff. And all right, okay, we're gonna have to step in here. And he comes walking up to you, Feng. He says, "You've done fine, boy. Just Penny, right?"
Yes.
Okay. Show me your anima.
Right now?
Yeah, manifest it. No.
Can I pick up my camera?
Do you need the camera?
It makes it a little easier.
Sure, but what happens if somebody takes your camera from you?
They would never do that.
I pick up her camera.
Give it back.
No.
Give it to me.
No. What are you gonna do?
Goes over and does like one of these, like, give it. That was really expensive. My dad bought it for me. Piper, give me my camera.
No.
She doesn't try to touch her and she get it.
Okay. You're gonna try to just take the camera from her by force?
Yes.
Without the use of your anima,
Yes.
I assume. Okay. Then I'm imagining. Okay, so this is the way we'll kind of describe how this system works for our first check. So each character has a set of stats that they can use to make checks from: charisma, dexterity, intelligence, and strength. Each one of you has assigned dice to those stats, and when you make a check using one of the stats, you roll that die. Whatever the number equals is compared to a target number that I assign, or if it's a contested check between you guys, it's compared to the roll that another person makes. The you can also use your anima to make a junction check, in which case you spend from a pool of resources that you have called AP, and you can then roll a additional die that corresponds to a stat your anima has. We'll get those more when somebody uses an anima, but for the purposes of this, you're going to be making, I'm thinking either dexterity or strength, either how quick you are or how strong you are able to overpower Piper.
Probably not that one, but dexterity. Yeah, she'll try to be quick.
And then Piper, same thing. If you're trying to avoid her or just trying to hold on to it and muscle her.
I'm gonna try to avoid her. I don't want to actually break her camera.
Okay, so we'll do a contested dexterity.
Okay.
And Piper, are you going to use your anima, or are you just doing this yourself?
No, I'll just do it myself.
Okay.
All right.
Roll.
8.
1.
So Piper wins. You're Penny. You try to grab out stuff. She's much quicker than you expected her to be, even though she's not the one on roller skates.
Ha! This isn't funny.
Do what Grandpa says, and you can have it back.
I don't think you want me to do that.
That's the whole reason I brought you here, Penny.
She's gonna pick up her hands like she's holding the camera. And she'll close her eyes for a second, and she'll try to manifest Omega.
Okay. Is there what specifically are you trying? Are you just trying to bring him out at this point?
Just try it. Well, I'm gonna try to bring him out, and then I'm gonna try to get him to get a camera.
Okay. So let's do a junction check then. Same thing, dexterity, but you can add a stat. You can add your anima's stats as well. Animas have these stats: power, speed, defense, and range. So I think this would be adding your anima's speed to the roll. Unless you want to argue that something else might apply.
No, speed for now. That makes sense.
Okay. So you have to spend an AP to do that. Everyone has a pool of AP that they can spend from, depending on how they allocate their stats. Some might have more or less than others. So you spend an AP, and then now you re-roll the check with the 2 dice instead of the 1.
Okay. I've added another number in the D column, which will be your current AP, so you can just subtract from that.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
RJ made some awesome spreadsheets for us to keep track of our stuff on.
Okay. Oh, that's better. So that's a 7 and a 5, so that's a 12.
12. Okay. And Piper, you're just rolling. You're still just doing dexterity.
Yeah, and I can't beat that. It's a D10. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't roll that high. So, yeah. Suddenly, how do you describe? I'm gonna let you describe how you do it.
So she holds it up and closes her eyes, and it's almost like less like manifesting him, but more just like letting him come out. Like she's been holding him in the whole time. So almost like a little like almost elastic like. Vroom, like he sort of pops out from behind her, and he's literally just this large, swirling, amorphous, like deep black hole with just almost like little points of light that you can catch occasionally. Yeah, he almost just with a flash sort of reaches around her. You can still kind of see her, but like just reaches around her and just grabs the camera and swings it back toward her.
And suddenly the camera is just suddenly ripped out of your hands, like a gravitational pull just wrenches it from you and flies back into Penny's hands as the dark tendrils retract. And there's this moment of stunned kind of silence in the room as this display of power from Penny.
Penny, that was amazing.
I told you guys.
Vivi will just skate towards her and like swirl around her in a circle and then hug her. You have such a powerful anima.
I do.
I've never seen anything like it.
I told you guys it was cool.
Grandpa comes up and kind of looks over the camera and then looks at the amorphous shadow currently silhouetting you still, Penny, and gives a nod and says, all right, that'll work. Like I said, though, you shouldn't rely so much on things. You need to rely on yourself.
Okay, Grandpa.
Feng, remember that. Well, I guess we've done enough training here for today then. I suppose they've given you a bit of the rundown what we do here, Penny, but I'll say it one more time, just so you remember. Our family has, well, we've protected this city for some time now. It's been our sacred duty to make sure that the people here stay safe from people like us.
What makes us better than everyone else?
Well, we don't hurt people with our powers. We protect people with them. Most
Penny
people
just tried to hurt my camera.
I was not gonna hurt it.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. You got to be prepared for anything. Right, Grandpa?
Right. We do those things just to make sure you're prepared, but Piper wasn't going to hurt you.
Okay.
But things will be dangerous out there. Most people that develop these abilities, it gets to their head. And there are people that use them for, well, bad things, to put it simply. So our job is to find people with these powers, try to show them the right way, stop them if we have to.
So people with animas are assholes.
Most
Some.
of the time.
Well, okay.
And if they don't start out that way, they end up that way.
Does that make us assholes?
Maybe. But that's why I'm here, to make sure you don't end up like that. Right, Feng?
Yep.
Good boy. All right. Well, I've got a job for you then. Kind of walks back over to the TV, flips it off. It was on a 24-hour like news cycle station, and says, "It might be nothing, but figure it'd be a good first chance of see y'all how you handle this sort of thing. I've been doing this enough that I think this is weird enough that might be one of our things. So, there's this band thing going on this weekend over at the boardwalk. Something band jelly or whatever. They one of the coordinators for it was he was, I guess, killed this week, died in a car crash. I think this might be our kind of thing. His name was Bryson Davis. And I think you should look into it.
What was so weird about a car crash?
There are a few things that stood out to me, but I think I'm going to leave it to you to figure that out.
Great.
Have fun. Once you figure out what happened, if it's our sort of thing, come back here. Don't go, flashing your powers around all over town. Right? Low profile.
Don't let people know we're assholes.
Right.
You got it, Mr. Grandpa.
I mean, I'll try.
Right. All right, then. Get going. He goes back to sit in his recliner.
Feng will hang back a bit and let the girls leave. Shifu, did you used to work with a team or was it all solo?
Yeah, I did.
Anything like them starting out?
Most of the time, yeah. I mean, no one quite as weird as the one with the
Roller skates?
yeah. Yeah. But no, seems like you got a good crew. Just keep an eye on them. Like I said, this line of work, people don't stay good for too long.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back.
All right, stay safe, boy.
Trot.
All right, you guys head downstairs in the shop into the sort of musty antique main floor, and then out into the blinding sunlight of the late summer Miami day. Oh, what would you like to do?
All right. First rule of investigation. Grandpa didn't tell us where the crime scene is. All right. Let's take a walk down the boardwalk and see what the buzz is. Huh.
I mean, it had to have been in the news, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if he was killed, he'd probably be in the obituaries.
Yeah.
All right.
So, where would you guys like to start your investigation then?
If we're walking down the boardwalk, I'll stop at one of those like newspaper things.
Mm-hmm. Grab a newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you head off towards the boardwalk, which is in Miami Beach, so it's just about maybe half a mile up the coast from you. You're at kind of the southern tip of the strip, and you begin to make your way along the beach. It's fairly busy, being late August, a surge of people trying to catch the last bit of the summer before heading back to school or ending their vacations, things like that. A lot of parents with children kind of lolling about, heading in and out of shops that are littered up and down this coastline here. In the distance, you can see some of the signs put up and some of the stages that have been erected for the band jam. There are crowds of people getting ready, lots of vans with people unpacking equipment, sound equipment, things like that. You're still early enough in the day that it's not, there aren't like huge crowds here yet though for that. Penny or Piper, you grab a newspaper from one of the boxes as you head past and begin to flip through to the obituaries. You did get a name from Grandpa, Bryson Davis, which you do locate within the obituaries. You scan it quickly. It looks like it was written by one of their family members, and it's kind of the blah blah blah, like normal stuff. They'll who they left behind, they'll be missed, that sort of thing. But it does talk about it does confirm that they died in a car accident. And it confirms their address, that the family will be hosting a how would it be phrased? The family's hosting a memorial or a wake at their home in North Miami Beach. And says, I think it's for information, or if you wish to send your condolences, call this number. And there's a phone number listed.
Ta-da!
Nice. All right, so we go there, investigate what happens. We need to cover.
I mean, we've got a lot of the information about him here. We could pretend to be friends of his.
Yeah, I mean, if he was organizing the band jam, I could say I knew him. Industry
Ooh,
stuff.
we could say that we're a part of a band. Is that not what this is?
I mean, it's kind of a band. People kind of know who I am, though.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Maybe
We're all
that's
just part of your entourage.
Yeah, maybe that's better. I mean, Vivi dances for me sometimes anyway, so.
Aren't we all technically part of your entourage?
I guess. I mean, if you want to be.
So it's not even a lie.
Great.
So we're not the assholes, Penny.
Yeah, we're not the assholes.
I mean, it works for me.
All right. Let's do this then.
Right.
Hope it's not black tie.
Yeah, do you guys have anything nicer to wear?
I guess. Yeah.
Takes off her jacket and just has the black like tank top underneath.
Most of my wardrobe has stripes.
Are they horizontal or vertical stripes?
Oh, horizontal, of course.
Oh. You know what? We'll make it work.
It's also Miami. Nothing's black tie. Just gonna throw that out there.
Okay, cool.
No flip-flops, though.
Cargo shorts, okay?
Probably.
Combat boots.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll work with it.
Combat boots, denim Daisy Dukes, black tank top, camo jacket.
Am I gonna have to take off the skates? They're kind of part of my shoes.
No, I think it's fine.
Nice.
We'll say we came from the boardwalk. Everybody skates there.
We came from the boardwalk after hearing about the terrible incident.
Yeah.
I just found out.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is also not a lie.
No, technically I'm the only one lying, so.
Which you're very good at.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, let's go to this thing then. Maybe there's food.
So you call the number to get the address and head to the memorial or the wake, which is in a residential neighborhood in North Miami Beach. It's you probably have to take a bus to get up there. It's a very nice area. I wouldn't say it's not like the highest end. This isn't the like ritziest area. You don't gather that Mr. Davis was, wealthy, but was well-to-do. It had, was successful in his business. There is a single-story, maybe like 100 square foot house that is set up in this neighborhood. And there are a line of cars up and down the street here for people coming for this for the service or for this this wake. You head up the driveway, and there are some people gathered outside that are having drinks and talking and just kind of quiet, calm conversation. None of them are wearing suits and ties. It's mostly people wearing kind of stylish, colorful Miami fare. A lot of linen pants, a lot of button-ups and kind of popped collars, things like that. Also, a lot of people in the music industry here, maybe some people that you recognize, Piper, that recognize you as you're approaching. Mostly small conversation, though. It's open doors and people kind of coming in and out, though, so you don't draw any immediate attention, with the exception of maybe Vivi being on roller skates. You might be the quirkiest person there, by a very small degree. There's a pool. You go inside. The interior of the house is very neatly laid out. There's a pool out back, and there is a small sort of like catered buffet area where people are getting some food and stuff as well. But there's a crowd of maybe like 80 or so people inside and outside the house that are talking right now, and some pictures set up of Bryson Davis kind of around in a small little memorial area.
Can I go look at the pictures?
Yes, you can.
Penny goes over and she doesn't even say anything. She just beelines over to the pictures.
Okay, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic here. Yeah, you head over to the pictures. There's a number of them there. There's some like professional photos, like headshots, things like that, that are kind of front and center. A middle-aged man, early 50s. He fairly thin, clean cut, clean shaven, tanned, brownish skin, black hair that was sort of neatly styled, and there's a couple of shots wearing a bit of jewelry and stuff. Seems to like a very like well presented and stuff, but looks like somebody you expect to work in the music industry. Otherwise, and there's some pictures there with some him with his dogs, him with his partner, and some other like extended family and stuff, and just like a collection of photos that seem to have been brought from all over the house.
Romantic partner or like a business partner?
Romantic partner, yeah.
What do they look like? Are they here?
Yeah, so they're well, you haven't seen them yet. I think you kind of scan around the areas. You see the photos here. They're also around the same age, middle-aged man, again, sort of maybe like a little bit lighter skin, a little bit like heavier set, less, I think, stylish than Bryson. But you see their appearance and kind of like take that to mind. You look around, you can see a crowd of people near the back over by the pool, and they're currently talking with, and you can kind of see him through the crowd.
What about the dogs? Are the dogs here?
You don't see the dogs around, but there's some closed doors near the back that you're gathering they may have put the dogs up for the day.
She'll go back to the group. I think his partner's over there. There's a lot of people talking to them. I'm gonna go see if their dogs are here, and she's gonna go over to that back door and try to look for the dogs.
I mean, do you think the dogs know something?
Can Omega...
She already walked to the back door. She's like just gonna go investigate the door where she thinks the dogs are.
Can Penny talk to dogs?
I wouldn't be surprised if she could.
So Penny heads to the back doors where you think the dogs might be. What's everybody else doing?
Feng is gonna stick next to Piper and make himself look like the enforcer type guy, like the bouncer.
Oh. Piper is gonna look for somebody. I don't want to just harass this man's family. That sounds terrible. Look for somebody that she recognizes, or somebody that she's like spoken to before, to try to get an idea of what's going on.
Sure. Yeah, I think you see another music artist who is there as well, that you recognize. There are probably several, but this is one that you recognize. I'm gonna let you name them though. Who are they?
Why would you do that?
Mr. Music.
Mr. Music.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Sorry.
Right, now all I can think of is Mr. Worldwide, and that's a real person.
No, we're not putting Pitbull
That's
in this
Pitbull.
party.
Matthew Morris.
Matthew Morris. Okay.
I
No,
like
he's
it.
definitely an anime user. He has an alliterative name.
Yeah. So you find Matt, who is a DJ. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a DJ name.
Mr. Music.
Sure.
Of all of them, besides Mr. Convenience, that is the most apropos one that we have found.
Yeah. Okay. A DJ, Matt Morris, aka Mr. Music.
Music is spelled with a Z, of course.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's better. All right. So you find Matt currently.
Feng, what's this guy's name one more time? The dead one.
Oh.
Penny's not there, but Sid knows that it is Bryson Davis.
Davis. Got it.
Looks at the wall at like an award. Bryson Davis.
Great, thank you. Matt! Oh my god, hi!
Matt, who's getting some food from the table, turns around and Piper. Oh, hi. Hey, what are you doing? Did you know Bryson?
I did, yeah. He organized a couple of shows for me last year. So
Oh,
sad.
Yeah. I didn't know you were gonna be here. It's good to see you. Kind of goes in for like a side hug,
Oh.
and then looks at Feng, who can see that he says, "Oh, hi, I'm Matt."
Fang will nod his head, turn around, and like start scanning the crowd like an actual bouncer would.
I didn't know you had a bodyguard.
Yeah, I have to have security now. Weird, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess you can't be too safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So how did you know Mr. Davis?
Same thing. Got me in a couple of events over at downtown and a couple of clubs. He
Nice.
knew the owner, so yeah, he was a great guy. It really sucks.
Yeah, well, we actually, I don't know if you can tell, literally just came over here from the boardwalk. We just found out. I don't want to like be nosy, like harass anybody, but what happened?
I don't really know much of the details of it. I just know he was in a car accident. Not too far from here too, just like down the road.
Really? Like in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Do you know where?
Um,
Because if it's like one of those weird intersections or something, we should get the city to do something about it.
no, it was just down the curve here, just maybe like a quarter mile in the neighborhood still. Hit one of the like retention walls over near the beach. Yeah, no, it was a crazy. I mean, the speed limit here is only like 25 too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there weren't any like other cars or anything.
no, single car as far as I know.
Wow. Just awful.
If if Vivi's nearby, Fang will lean in to whisper to her and ask her to see if she can find out what's the buzz.
Vivi's been skating around with a tray of food.
A couple of people, some say, "Oh, thank you," and take some food from Vivi as you've started working this event.
Exactly. It turns out that like she had a shift after that training. She just remembered this is where it was. So she comes swooping in next to Fang and she's all like, "Shrimp?"
Can you find out what the buzz is, please?
Absolutely. Did you want some cocktail sauce with that?
Dip.
Okay, see you later. Zoof.
What am I gonna do with the tail?
Okay, so we got two things then. We'll finish up this. Is there anything else, Piper, you wanted to ask Matt before we do whatever Vivi's going to do?
I think that was really all I could think of. Unless
Okay.
Feng can think of anything. Good.
If the location of where the accident took place, maybe we can quietly to Piper.
Yeah, I assume this was like after Matt has walked off and you guys said your goodbyes and stuff.
Okay, bye, Maddie. Call me sometime.
Yeah, I'll let you know next time I'm working an event downtown. We can collab on something.
Absolutely. So good to see you.
Nice job.
Thanks. He's such an amateur. It's fine. He's cute.
Let's try to find out where the accident took place. Maybe we can investigate the area, see if there are any traces of anima activity.
Okay. He said it was just right down the road by a retention wall, so...
All right.
I mean, I imagine if it just happened, we'll probably be able to tell.
Shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have to deal with the tail anymore.
Wait, what am I gonna do with the tail? It's fine. I'll find somewhere to put it. Do you know that my uncle used to eat the shrimp with tails on?
I mean, it's possible if you like cook it enough.
That doesn't seem fun, though.
Hmm.
Where's Penny?
Okay. As you look over for Penny, let's do Vivi's thing. So you're skating around the party, working, but also spying.
Yep, she's basically just keeping an ear out for any interesting gossip.
Using your anima or just listening?
I feel like using her anima would be a good idea here. Where, like, if she finds an interesting conversation, just leave a bee behind to, like, listen in.
Yeah. So this is something we can get into for the chat, too. The only people that can see anima are anima users. So they are visible to everyone else. So as far as Vivi's bees, nobody else would see the bees at the party unless they were also an anima user, which are very rare.
Or her antenna, for that matter.
Yes.
So she'll probably be like on the lookout for anybody giving her weird looks.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, she's also on roller skates, so she probably gets a lot of those to begin with.
Yeah, it's whether the weird looks are directed up or down.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is I'm just checking something here. So I think intelligence is probably the best stat to roll for with this, and you can add, if you're gonna do a junction here, you can use your anima's I would say range gives you a good
I think that makes sense.
bonus.
Since she's going to be leaving it behind.
Yeah. It's kind of how much ground you can cover.
Ooh, almost max on both of those.
Ooh.
That's going to be a 10.
10. Okay. And so the target numbers for this, since we haven't gone through those yet, a 4 is kind of the lowest difficulty. That's an easy check, all the way up to a 20 being essentially a miracle, something that's almost impossible to do. Well, it's a miracle. 16 is almost impossible in the book, but I was going to set this at somewhere around like a 6. That's more than enough to succeed.
Nice.
So your bees go buzzing out. You stop in at some conversations, and as you're handing food to the guests, everyone taking some shrimp, and then also having to figure out what to do with the tails.
She keeps on leaving before they're done.
Yeah. You catch a little bit of conversation. You hear what do you pick up? You hear a couple of things. Most people around the party talking about their talking about Bryson. A lot of positive conversations about them. It doesn't seem to be a lot of negative or hostility towards Bryson. All in all, Ketcher's a pretty solid dude. You do know that they had been putting in a lot of work towards this. There's just a cat running around through the through the room. They've been putting a lot of work towards this band jam. There was a lot of buzz. It had a lot of good headliners that were going to be coming in, mostly local acts, but some very popular ones. And a lot of what we're catching is that Bryson was looking at this as kind of one of their big breaks of the year, hoping to set up and kind of springboard in some more larger scale events. There have been a lot of competition for this to get one of the headlining acts for this band jam, and a lot of people had been a little bit irritated at Bryson for who he picked, saying that like this band over this band, there were a couple that had been left out. Let me see. I think that's most of what you get. The only other thing you hear, because I assume at some point you go past Bryson's, the crowd that's with Bryson's partner, you catch their name as Dan. And as you kind of listen in, leave one of your bees there, they have a candid conversation with somebody for a few moments, that they were not home when the accident happened, and didn't come home until a little while later once the police had called. But from what they heard, one of their neighbors say that there had been some yelling coming from the house. Like Bryson had been having a heated conversation with somebody in the moments before the accident. Then they heard them get in their car, and they were driving somewhere when the accident eventually happened. But the police haven't found no signs of foul play.
Vivi will call all her bees back. And she'll go skirt in front of Piper and Feng, and like, "Ooh, I can take that tail if you like."
Oh, great, thanks.
Okay, so we have a potential motive.
Oh?
Yeah, seems like that there were a few bands that were upset about not getting the top position at the band jam.
Yeah, I know one. Because I'm a mononym, I don't technically count as a band. Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
There's more.
Great. Sorry. What is it?
Evidently, right before the attack, I'm kind of jumping the gun here. I'm assuming there was an attack, but right before the accident, there was evidently yelling in the house.
Oh.
I think it was, and then she does like a full 360, and then skirt, murder.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do we know who was yelling?
No clue.
Right.
No.
But good news, the partner wasn't home, so it must not have been him.
Can't rule out everybody. Anima have various ranges, basically, that they can function at. This guy has, like, I don't know, a frickin' sniper rifle for an anima. It's happened.
I didn't think of that.
That's so scary.
But what that also tells us is that there might be something in the house worth looking at.
Ooh.
Because who was yelling?
I may cut in extremely opportunely. Penny's, this is how Penny's brain works. Penny was just told that there are anima users and they turn into assholes. Well, if they're an asshole, then they're probably here trying to scope things out. Who knows assholes best? Dogs. Dogs know who are assholes. They don't like assholes. Dogs are very good at sniffing out assholes. Literally and figuratively. So she would like to release the dogs and see who they bark at.
When did the Baha Men release that song?
Oh, God.
Oh, no!
Who indeed let the dogs out?
2,000. It's on par.
Yes.
It's relevant.
All right, I was hoping it'd be after, and we could say that the
That incident
that
is what
the Baja Men were there.
there. You know what? It's canon. It's our world. It's canon. It was released a year later. It was 02.
So
Amazing.
You release the canines, and
Yes.
somebody at the party shouts, "Who let the dogs out? Who? Who? Who?"
Hear them laughing in the background.
I have my own laugh track here, thankfully. Yeah, and they
Host.
and the yeah, just the spark of inspiration in a hit was born. All right. So you release the dogs that were in the bedroom in the back, and they go running out into the party. There are 3 of them, 2 smaller dogs, like, I don't know, it's a good small dog breed from Miami, like a Shih Tzu.
A chihuahua.
No, Shih Tzus have
Chihuahua.
long hair.
Yeah, okay, Chihuahua. Yeah. 2 Chihuahuas and 1. I don't know why I'm worried so much of that. 1 slightly bigger dog.
A lab.
A lab, cool.
And a chocolate lab.
Yeah.
You release them out in the party, and they immediately start running around, and people start trying to grab them, and they start kind of scampering around under people's feet. You can see Dan kind of panicking a bit and trying to call the dogs in.
I would like to see who they bark at.
Yeah. So there's the small ones. The Chihuahuas are kind of yipping at a couple of people, but you see the lab go kind of sniffing around, then kind of sort of stops, and you see it give off kind of like a low growl for a moment. And you, as you're kind of following the line of sight, you see a kind of a crowd of people, and everyone's sort of panicking. And you can see through the crowd somebody heading out the front door.
Can I get a photo of their back?
Yes.
And then I'd like to follow them.
Okay. All right. Penny goes walking out of the. You guys.
Basically, just to get a better look. If they're
the 3 of
walking
you-
out,
Yeah, see the dogs scampering around. You can see Penny kind of making her way through the crowd. Penny, you make your way to the front door. You can see there are a couple of people outside. Some people walking across the lawn. He's not like there are a couple of people that are leaving now. And you take note of a few of them, taking some photos as you go. I don't think there's anyone you immediately identify, but there are a couple people that are leaving at this moment. But you get their photos.
cool. And then she'll walk back.
Piper's petting one of the dogs.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're so little!
Well, Matt, the Bryson's partner, who has got the other dogs, finally comes over to you and says, "Oh, thank you. I'll take him."
Oh, he could stay. They're so
Uh,
cute.
All right. Just if you can stay for a bit. They need to go in the bedroom though. Just don't let them wander around. Okay. Thank you for coming and helping with that.
Of course.
Our condolences.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Come on, little guy.
He begins to leave the conversation, and Penny returns.
Piper's holding a chihuahua.
That makes her
wearing
smile.
It's wearing a sweater.
Oh, look at this little friend.
In her head, the dog likes you, so you must not be an asshole. So that makes her happy. So she just smiles, but that just goes on in her head. She doesn't say it out loud. So I got some pictures of a few of the people that ran away when the dogs didn't like them. So do you recognize any of these people? And because she has a top of the line, this newfangled thing called a digital camera, she's able to go back and show you.
Amazing.
It's like witchcraft.
It is.
Okay. Let me think. Oh,
It's
you
like,
would know.
what, 2 megapixels though?
Yeah, they're kind of blurry.
3.
Ooh.
I looked it up.
Yeah, you look at the photos that Penny has taken. You recognize people that you've seen around the party. Yeah, I think you do recognize one of them. They are another performing artist that you are probably vaguely familiar with. They're a member of a punk band that's been making the rounds at some of the local bars. I had a list of punk band names called Moonwater. And they're the bassist for the band.
Do I know their name?
Yeah, his name is Keanu.
Wait, I do know that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bassist for Moonwater.
Is this his back? And she'll flip back to the one that she took while they were walking away. Back. Front. Back. Front.
I mean, is it the same shirt?
It is the same shirt, yeah.
Back. Front.
I mean, he's wearing the same shirt. So. I think that's his hair.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Okay.
Cool. Basis for Moonwater.
He's an asshole.
Did he, like, do something? Or.
The lab didn't like him.
Oh.
Growled at him.
Dogs don't like assholes.
Yeah.
There is
Interesting.
some interesting lore behind like animals and anima, like spirits, but that's like a lecture for the dojo.
Vivian's distracted by the camera. This thing doesn't need film or anything?
No, it's a spare new thing. My dad got it for me. So, yeah, so in here, and she'll just like explain everything about the camera.
Wonders abound.
I do have to change the battery a lot, though. And in fact, that's the only. She doesn't carry it like a purse. She just has this little black bag, and all it has is just like spare batteries and like
It's true,
like
though. My God, those things,
lenses and
things
everything.
up.
I'm gonna take a walk over to the accident site.
Oh, yeah, I think I found where it is. It's just, like, right down the curve.
Can I come?
Sure, we'll need photographs actually.
Perfect.
Should I stay here and look around the house?
Kind of your job at the moment, right?
I mean, my shift's almost up.
Can I have those shrimp?
They're
Okay.
really good.
process.
I'll stay with Vivi then.
She eats the whole thing.
Oh, there's.
Right.
I'll stay with Vivi.
Oh, Piper, that's so nice of you. Here, take 2.
Thanks.
All right, team. Break.
Just
Be careful.
Penny's crunching on the shrimp tail as she and Feng leave, and Vivi continues to skate around the party as Piper mingles to try to get some more information. There's probably a good place for us to take our break, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break, everyone, to stretch our legs and refresh. We will be back shortly to continue the game and see where the investigation continues. So see everybody in a few minutes. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us on our break. We are here playing Overarms, a brand new game. It's anime as hell. Let's just jump back into it. So where we left off last at the end of the first half, you have Piper and Vivi staying back at the wake to gain some more information if you can. Vivi working, Piper carousing, and Feng and Penny, the two of you are heading down to the scene of the accident to try to get some more information. Let's do whatever, finishing up at the wake itself with Piper and Vivi, if there's anything else you guys want to do there, or are you guys just staying there until you hear back from Feng and Penny?
Well, Piper's been at this event for more than half an hour, so she has gone into the bathroom and changed her hair.
Yes.
So her buns are gone. And now she's got a bunch of barrettes.
Amazing. I think
that's
that
what I've
Vivi-
accomplished.
I think Vivi wanted to snoop around the house real quick, just to kind of see if there's like any evidence of foul play in here.
Okay. This is a good time for me to clarify for the stream and remember for myself. Anima is going to happen at some point during this game. Anima abilities. So what is Vivi's anima abilities specifically?
Specifically, I just have it down as swarm. It is a swarm of bees that, like, if she's in combat, it'll typically like form up into a scarf around her neck that like is tipped with like claws. But otherwise, it's a swarm of bees that she could talk to.
Okay, so the definition or like the defining of your ability is just this like swarm nature of it, where like it's not one thing that you can destroy; it's multiple anima essentially. Okay, cool. I just wanted to confirm that there wasn't some other power that I had forgotten about. So I think we can do this kind of the same way. If you wanted to use your anima to investigate, to kind of like infiltrate areas of the house that would be more difficult for Vivi to get to, or if you want to physically wander around, you can do that too. So how do you kind of envision yourself doing this investigation?
I think that she's just physically wandering around.
Okay.
Can I help?
You
offer
can.
Some assistance?
Yeah, I'm forgetting whether there is actually like an assist mechanic in this game or not.
Is this a two-tiered house? Because envisioning Vivi going clump, 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 clump up the stairs
Up
in
the
roller
stairs?
skates.
It is a single tier home, a single story home. But there is there are some rooms that have been made off limits or people aren't using for the event. You will not have to go up any stairs, fortunately or unfortunately. But you can assist Piper.
Okay, so yeah, I was just gonna say that if Vivi wants to snoop around, that Piper will try to like track where she's going, and if she's wanting to like go into rooms that are off limits, like make sure to like go and be talking to the people that are nearby so they're looking at her and not paying attention to someone opening a bunch of doors in a house that doesn't belong to them.
Okay. Why don't I get Piper to make a charisma check?
Yeah.
We'll set this as a low target number.
I'm good at these. Well, I have a bigger die for these.
Yeah.
That's my highest one. That's a 9.
Okay. Yeah, that's you're good. So you're able to provide a lot of distraction because of your nature and who you are. So having a lot of loud conversations, drawing a lot of attention, kind of look at me, while Vivi skates around and starts opening drawers and looking into rooms and doing whatever you want. Anything you're looking for specifically?
Just anything that looks out of place.
Okay. What would you find?
Like a bloody knife or something.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's looking for. She just knows that there was yelling here before.
There was, yeah, and I think that there might be some things for you to locate. Let's do another intelligence check.
Alrighty then. Ooh, a 9.
9. Again, that's very good for this system. You head into one of the back rooms, and I think this is probably the best information you'll be able to, or best place for you to find information. You head back into the bedroom where the dogs have been, and kind of go skating through. The whole house is tile floor, so you're just gliding across everything at this point. The bedroom is fairly large, and there is like a small. There's like an office area in the corner where there's a window looking out into the backyard. You see the desk there. There are a couple of like folders. There's a day planner, and there is a computer as well, like an old like Mac. God, what would we be on right now? A very old computer, by our standards, top of the line for 2001. But yeah, there's it looks like Bryson's office space.
Was it still Macintosh then?
I think it would have been a Macintosh.
We see a shot of the back of the computer, and then like 2 antennae come up from behind it and then just twitch.
Perfect. So you want to look through the computer?
Yeah, I think she's gonna snoop through some files.
Okay. So you boot up the computer. 10 minutes later, you're in it. No, it's everyone's a little bit faster than that. But yeah, you get on. You begin to look through it. Again, 2001. Nobody set passwords to anything, so I don't think you're really like having to hack into this computer. You just begin to peruse through files. Most of it is let me see what else, what there would be. It has his email pulled up, and as far as the files in the computer itself, they're mostly scheduling and like programs for the events. There's some spreadsheets with like keeping track of finances and budgeting for the events that Bryson was managing. Some employee records for whatever contractors or vendors that Bryson employs. There is a folder. There you find 2 things I think of note. In his email, there's a folder specifically for Band Jam 2001, and on his desktop, there's a folder dedicated to Band Jam 01. Do you want to start with email, or do you want to start with the folders on the desktop?
I think she's gonna start with email.
Email. Okay. You go through the email. Most of it's a lot of back and forth between vendors. But there are a series or a bunch of applications that were sent in from different groups, different bands that wanted to be a part of this event. Most of them are read and have very short answers to, like from Bryson, declining their application. There are a few that have responses where the bands replied, asking for the reason and kind of pleading for the opportunity, sending additional like demo files and things like that. There are some that just say, like, have some very aggressive responses. One of the bands just responded, it just says "fuck you" in response to it. Very like unprofessional reactions to it, and there's some hostility there to that. You do find an email thread between that was sent to Bryson that is under this folder, this file, but it's not a band's application. It's like an anonymous email. The title to it is just a series of expletives. And you get into the email itself, and it is just somebody that is just ranting on and on about just like how pissed off they are, that this person's a fraud, that they don't know what they're doing, that they're overpaid for what they do, that just going on and on about their decisions to like who they picked for the headliners for this event, and what an asshole they are, and it is signed Mercury.
Ooh. She's just scrolling, and she's like, this seems excessive. And then boom, Mercury. She's like, she's going to like, I guess she'll open up the folder now.
Okay. You open up the folder, and a lot of it's budgeting, spreadsheets, things like that don't really give you much information. There is the list of the headliners, and you find two things actually, I think, in conjunction with each other. You find two documents with the promo for the pamphlet for that they're going to be putting out, or the promo for the event. One of them has the bands listed. Let's see. One of them has the bands headlining Infinity Destruction, Eclipse Fiction, Planet Hosen, and Day Raiders. The other one has Infinity Destruction, Eclipse Fiction, Planet Hosen, and Moonwater.
Moonwater again. Can she get those in a concise list and print them out? Is there a printer?
I imagine he probably has a printer near his desk.
Fax machine.
Did they make... I'm just going to go with it that he has a personal printer. I don't know if they had those at the time, because I don't remember in 2000. I don't remember much about 2001.
It's about to be the next half hour of Vivi's life trying to get it to work, though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's not out of ink.
Well, it's very slow. As soon as you get to print, it's just like...
It's very loud.
You hear Piper outside the door just talking louder and louder and louder.
Because you're printing out the flyers that are mocked up in the folder. You do eventually get both of them, though.
If he wasn't dead, he'd fucking kill you for ruining, like, just eating up all his magenta. He's so pissed.
Oh, she didn't do it in black and white. She did it in full color.
Ah.
By the end of the second one, it's just like the colored streaks as it like transitions. It's running out of ink.
Oh no. It's an entire comedy of errors as Vivi is trying to get this to work.
Yeah. But eventually you have it. Anything else you want on this computer?
I think that's about it. But yeah, she'll print out like the flyer, the list of bands, and I think that she'll even print off that nasty email.
The email. Yeah.
And she'll take those three things with her and scoot on out of there.
Okay. Piper's having this loud conversation out there. You finally see Vivi come skating out, a couple of papers in hands as she wheels out into the main room.
And that's when I told him, that's why you shouldn't have a turtle as a pet. It was so funny.
just some awkward laughing and conversation. Somebody's like, I had no idea where this conversation was going. And a couple of people are just like, why am I standing here? As you've been able to hold their attention for some strange reason with this joke / story of yours.
It was a joke.
Okay.
I think it was a joke, and she thought that it would take up the time, and then she needed like a couple more minutes.
So she added
Just
to
went
it.
on,
Yeah.
on, on. Now it doesn't make sense anymore. So good to see you all. I do have to run though. Dance rehearsal.
There's some sad goodbyes as Piper has to leave.
Bye. Call me. Please don't.
Vivi will scoot up next to Piper. All right, we should go meet up with the others.
Did you find anything?
Boy, did I. And she hands her the email.
Oh, no. This is a lot of words. Oh. Yikes.
Yeah, no, whoever this Mercury guy is, he's got a lot of anger issues.
Well, they say that Mercury can affect people's moods and stuff, especially when it's in retrograde, so.
Oh, I was thinking about, like, how it hurts hat makers sometimes.
Right. You're
Anyway.
so smart.
No, you stop. Anyway, here's a list of suspects, and she hands her that, and this is just the flyer, and I thought it was pretty. But, you know, the printer kind of conked out halfway through.
No, that's fine. It's like a Jackson Pollock. Is he the one that did the spots,
Sorry,
right?
When did Jackson Pollock do things?
A long time ago.
A long
Yeah.
time ago.
I know that there's photos of him. Sorry, I went to art school. I should know this. Oh my gosh, Jackson Pollock! I've heard of him.
I think he was the one that did a lot of colors. Anyway, it's fine. It's artsy. Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, we should go.
Are there any
All
more of the
right.
shrimp left?
You grab a handful of shrimp on your way out, or a tray of shrimp, and you guys scoot out of the party. Feng and Penny, you head down the road. Like you were told, it's about a quarter mile, so there's this bend in the road where it comes up to the beachfront, and there's this retaining wall there. And you can see a section of the wall that is broken and cracked from something impacting it very hard, and you gather this is about where the accident took place.
Penny takes out his cigarette, lights it.
You said part of your power is... Do we know about her power? Her animus power, sorry.
It's a good question. I think we talked about it in the fiction of this, that Penny's not aware of what her animus power is exactly yet.
He won't talk to her.
Yeah,
Okay. All right,
but we
well,
can explore that now if there's anything.
you can see where the car hit the wall. And that's about it. He'll look over the other side. They're like a wreckage, or no? They were able to move it out.
It looks like they've already removed the vehicle and any remnants of it. You can find some bits of glass scattered in the sand and the dirt there, but there's no pieces of the vehicle or anything left. No.
Well, better time as any. He'll close his eyes and take a breath. Tortoise.
What wisdom do you need, Feng?
Could you take a look around and see if there are any traces of anima that have been used around here?
I will be quick about it.
Thank you.
Okay. So you want to use your You want to use
Tortoise is gonna be quick about it. Sorry, I will mute myself now.
You want to use Tortoise to try to sort of investigate the area and try to sense whether an animal was used here.
Yeah. His ability is key manipulation. So could we say that anima and key are linked if you are an anima user?
Yeah, I could say we could see that there's some overlap there. Yeah. Okay, so you're thinking using your ability of key manipulation to sort of sense any remnants of like strong key like presence that were in
Strong key or strong anima presence.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah. So you are using your anima's ability to do that. So you're marking AP.
You know what? I'll update the sheet with little helpful notes on what each stat does in terms of rolling.
Yeah. So I'll pull up the character stats. So your character stats, charisma is determining how cunning, talkative, likable you are, such as gaining trust, obtaining gossip, fooling people. Dexterity, how nimble, fast, and limber you are, used for actions such as dodging, climbing fences, running. Intelligence, determine how clever, smart, or witty you are. Stat is used for actions such as researching, calling bluffs, seeing through illusions, etc. And then strength, strong, intimidating, fearsome, used for fighting, scaring away foes, throwing.
So could we say int and range?
So with your anima's abilities, because I think with investigating, you're going to be using intelligence.
Right.
For your anima's abilities, power is determining how strong an anima's ability is. Speed determines how fast an anima and its ability is. Defense, determining how durable or resilient to attacks an anima is. Range, used to determine how far your anima's abilities can reach. So I would actually, because this is your anima's power, its ability, I think we could roll power here. How strong you can sense the key of other creatures. So I'd say intelligence and power for your junction.
Stay dumb, Feng. So I got 8, 6, and 2.
6 and 2. 8 is still pretty good. That is a difficult check. So I'm gonna say that succeeds. How do you see Tortoise doing this? So first of all, you manifest Black Tortoise. I don't think we've described exactly what they look like yet.
They are clad in ancient Chinese general armor, kind of stylized like if you've ever seen Persona 4, Chie's Persona.
I don't have any point of reference for that, but I'm sure someone out there appreciates that.
It's stylized armor. There is a small tortoise in the chest piece. And I wouldn't say they have the hard shell back, but there is a long spear in her hand with a coiling snake around it.
Cool.
Helmet and then a visor covering her face.
I feel like a good description is that it's like very round and chunky, and like it's more armor than person.
I'm imagining I have a Dark Souls point of reference, and there are these tortoise knights in Dark Souls that I'm
the tortoise clerics with the shells on the back.
Yeah.
That one I do know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of. But yes, either way, big armor that sort of manifests behind Feng. And how do you see them sort of like pulling the traces, like visually?
Feng closes his eyes and begins to deep breathe, and Tortoise will pull off the shell from her back and then strike the spear against it, and there is a gong sound, and there is like the key energy pool ripple around him.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. What do I was imagining like a colorized kind of ripple. Do you have like a color in mind?
It's in his head. It's a black space around him, but then things get highlighted in a dark green or like a light green energy.
Okay, kind of like an emerald, sort of. All right, perfect. So yeah, close your eyes, and there's just like as this ripple cascades out, and Tortoise does this a few times, sending these ripples cascading in Feng's mind's eye, scanning for this. So you notice a couple of things as things sort of peel outwards. You sense Penny next to you, and the strong presence of Omega, sort of enveloping them.
I don't even see Penny. It's just Omega.
Yeah. It's just this where Penny is standing. It's just this massive, dark, like looming, just force there, which you probably have sensed before, but is like it brought back to your mind's attention as you notice that. And then it cascades out, and you see the outline of this retaining wall and the road and the street around it, and some of the trees and the grass and animals, and you get this perfect image of everything. And what you noticed highlighted is the road itself, leading from the retaining wall all the way across up the street for about 100 feet or so. The entire in this like swath of slightly, it's not like a perfect line. It kind of comes in and out of it like a paintbrush almost stroke across the ground. Is this sense of this powerful key along the road.
Penny is just taking pictures, like just like pointing her camera at the tortoise and just.
You look at the camera, Tortoise isn't there.
Fair point, because Penny can see Anima.
Do pictures?
Would she be able to see Anima on pictures if they're there?
I feel like you'd have to use your Anima ability to
be able to see the Anima.
Take a photo of an Anima.
It's kind of like a infrared where it's a different.
Yeah, cool. Because what I'm thinking, like setting up the mod, is like where I want to draw the line for that, because like cameras and stuff like that, and like and photos, like we're setting up for like future investigations, being able to look at like security footage to see if somebody used an Anima for something. So I think I want to rule it that they do show up in photos if they are manifested and present at the time. If you're not manifesting your Anima, it won't show up. But like I think Vivi's antenna would show up in a photo only for other Anima users.
Right.
Yeah. Only another Anima user could see the photo and see that. But yeah.
Dope.
He takes a knee, touches the road. I wonder if the Anima user used their power on the road to make the car hit the wall.
I'll mention another thing that you notice as you're looking at the road too. There are no signs of any like skid marks on the road.
Hot fuzz skid marks.
Either that or they became something really big and popped out of nowhere and they just crashed directly into it. No skid marks.
But then what about the word keeps coming up and I forget about it. It's the wall.
The retaining wall.
The retaining wall that looked like it's been crashed into, right?
It had definitely been crashed into with a lot of force to break it. I mean, it's like 2 feet of solid cement that like divide the road from the beach. And whatever, just looking at the amount of damage that has taken place, I mean, something would have had to hit it very, very, very hard.
Speed limit is 25 here.
Mm-hmm.
So either whatever it is made him think he was somewhere else where he should go faster, didn't make him see the wall, or maybe it incapacitated him before he even got to this point and just made him crash directly into it. There's a lot of possibilities.
Well, Purview, could have been a mind control Anima. Something that'll force him to keep his foot on the gas. Maybe something that changes velocity?
Or something that makes you think something else is there when it's not.
We'll reconvene with the others.
Can you make your tortoise do that thing one more time?
I really don't want to.
Is Tortoise still there? Can she see him? See Tortoise?
Opportunities multiply when they are seized, Feng.
Can you say that one more time, but a little louder? She's going to turn on video.
She does.
That was great. Thank you.
Feng will humor Penny.
Okay, so you do use the ability again.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not looking for anything this time.
Yeah,
He's just letting it go.
Yeah. You get the same thing. It confirms your prior sense.
Thank you.
Shall we then?
Can I pet the dogs before we go?
You can pet the dogs before we go.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you head back to the party. Stop and pet the dogs for a little bit and meet up with Piper and Vivi.
Piper's eating shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Vivi's holding the tray for her.
Suspiciously enough, there are no skid marks on the private corner along the road, meaning, well, our deceased didn't have any intention of breaking or was unable to.
Yikes.
Hit that concrete barrier pretty hard.
Also, the tortoise has a very resonant voice. Listen. And she'll play back the video that she took of the tortoise.
Opportunities are most...
Oh, your batteries died again.
Let me change it. The process takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. She'll play it back, but...
We've got a list of suspects.
Yeah, Vivi found a bunch of stuff.
And also, this Mercury guy seems to have a bone to pick.
So we have a suspect, a motive, a means, half of a means. Yes, we head back to Grandpa's.
You said the guy that was here was a part of that moon band?
Yeah. Moon
They're playing.
water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Are they playing? Were they playing before or after Bryson was killed?
Check my notes. They're not in the top spot, are they?
No. So you find the two sort of iterations of the flyer. The older one had moon water. The newer one did not.
So they're not playing anymore.
Bunked off the list.
Sounds like an asshole.
The dogs didn't like him.
The dogs did not like him.
It's as good a lead as any.
What are we gonna do?
Nothing. We head back to the shop.
Nothing.
But we found an asshole.
And what if he hurt somebody?
Shifu
Front. Back.
It's the same shirt.
Front. Back.
That is the back of an asshole.
I mean, his ass is in the picture, so it's very close.
Do you need to see the front again? Front.
Listen, Grandpa said that once we find a culprit, what they do and the means or whatever, we go back to the shop, inform him, and we get the rest of the mission.
But we don't know what they do.
They do something that kills people, and that's bad.
She goes back to her video from before that she took with
Dang,
Grandpa. Grandpa, should we go after the asshole? And just found the one part where he said yes and just plays yes. Thank you, Grandpa.
Shouldn't we at least like go talk to him? See if we can find anything else out about him.
Don't really want to tip your hand. He knows that there are other anima users out there.
Vivi's gonna take that newspaper that we bought earlier, and she's gonna flip through and see if that band happens to be playing tonight.
Ooh. Let me see. So tonight is the band jam. Is tonight. So they're not playing tonight.
Oh no.
Idea. Brain blast. We take a break. Go eat some noodles. I'm starving. Well, I'm not starving because I did just eat some shrimp, but it was more like an appetizer than anything. I'm hungry. We go back to Grandpa. Tell him what we found. See what he wants us to do. Take that information. We go to the band jam tonight. See if Keanu and Moonwater show up.
And if they do, then that definitely means that they did something, right?
Because, like, if I was them, I'd be pissed. If he's the kind of person that will do this, he's definitely the kind of person that will show up and try to cause a scene.
Oh, kind of like someone showing up to wedding wearing in a white.
Exactly.
He's
That would
killed
be
before,
very rude.
he'll kill again.
Like, what if he shows up to try to, like, get rid of the band that took their spot?
Which band took their spot?
Check the notes.
Oh, yeah. Who's new on the new one?
The one that took their spot was Day Raiders.
Mortal enemies.
Maybe we should warn them.
What are we going to say? A weirdo with superpowers is going to come try to kill you during your concert?
We could say that someone legitimately murdered Bryson, like some sort of raving lunatic, and that they're next.
That might work.
They also might panic. I would panic.
Maybe it would help if we had someone on stage. Maybe you could tell them that there was a raving lunatic, but you want to help, so maybe they'll let you perform with them.
How'd you get into that computer?
I mean, that would be very good for me, personally.
I would enjoy seeing you perform again. You're very good.
Thanks, Penny.
I'm just saying it objectively. You are very talented.
Well, it's still a nice thing to say, so thank you. Sorry, Feng had a question. This isn't all about me.
No, never mind. I just realized how dumb my idea would be. Don't worry about it.
My mother says there are never any dumb ideas.
No, it's pretty dumb.
Only in brainstorming, though.
Well, isn't this a brainstorm? We're talking about things we could do.
I was gonna say, if you got into
Fair.
Bryce's computer once, you can do it again. Send an email out to Day Raiders and say you're being replaced by Piper. Though Bryce is dead. Hence the dumb.
He's gotta have, like... he doesn't, like, work alone, right? Like, he's gotta have some kind of, like,
I saw at least 3 business partners in those photos.
Partners, right? Or an assistant or something saying, like, I know this sucks to get an email from him, but the show must go on.
I don't think that's stupid. I think that's a legitimate plan. And that way we can put Piper on stage and have an inside person.
What do you know?
I like where this is going.
Do you? Because it kind of turns you into the target.
I don't see the problem.
Either way,
Well,
she'll
okay.
have someone's attention.
And if the assholes are going to try to hurt someone, at least it'll be more fair ground if they are also an anime user, and so are we.
Yeah.
Right?
Plus, I can call out Vega on stage, and then they'll know.
That may be a call to arms.
All right, Noodles, Grandpa, then we do this thing.
Yes! I love the progression of this plan. Mostly, I didn't really want to collaborate with Day Raiders anyway.
Amazing.
They tried to do a pop punk thing before, and it just like I don't
They
think
are
they
a very
got
different
it.
genre.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
remember
don't.
that album.
I don't think they got it.
Are you sending the email now, or are you waiting?
Did you put the dog away yet?
Do you
Dan
guys-
did give you full reign to go put the dog away afterwards.
Oh,
so
yeah,
maybe
I've
you
been
could use
hanging
that as
out
an
with a
excuse to go
chihuahua.
inside.
Do you guys need a distraction?
No, not a distraction. Just whoever decides to take the dog back inside into the bedroom can also send the email.
I thought his office was different from the bedroom.
No, his office is in the bedroom.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Who
Well,
wants
I-
to send an email?
I hate to volunteer you for danger, but Vivi knows where everything is on his computer, so
Yeah, I can do that.
Can I pet the dog first?
just pick him up. He's so
She will
cute.
pick up the chihuahua. She will give it scritches.
His name's
She will-
George.
What is it?
George.
Hello, George.
The sweater has a little crown on the back.
She'll let him give him kisses, and then she'll hand you the chihuahua. Thank you.
All right. So Vivi,
He's a chihuahua is covered.
Vivi, using the chihuahua's cover, heads back into the bedroom / office. Stealthily
I'm
rolls.
supposed to be here. I have the dog.
Nobody stops you. You go rolling into the over to the desk. You send a quick email to Day Raiders as the assistant to Bryson Davis, saying that they're no longer going to be in the event tonight. Send.
I feel really bad about this.
Yeah, I would too. We cut to the Day Raiders. One of them sitting at their computer gets the email as they're all packing up and getting ready to head out. And
Day of.
yeah, day of, like early afternoon, and just
They're all hyped, like, yeah, guys, this is our big break.
they're all in their mom's garage, and yeah,
There's
it's
pizza rolls and Kool-Aid.
mhm.
We're gonna have to make it up to the Day Raiders.
Yeah,
guys.
we're gonna have to pay them back. Is there? I'm sure I can think of something.
I
Hey,
think that there's an opening in your schedule. You could collaborate.
Or they could
Oh.
open for you.
They could open for me. Thank you, Penny.
Okay, close enough.
Vivi also part-times as her secretary.
I love it. Remind me to
Alright.
call. Yeah, you know what? I was gonna say remind me to call them. Will you call them tomorrow? Let
Yeah,
the let the disappointment peter out a little bit, and then my opening act canceled. And I heard their latest EP. I don't know. You're good at this.
Wait, who is your opening act? Oh my gosh, you're gonna cancel on these guys too? What are we gonna do to make up for them?
she
No,
doesn't
let's
have an
just-
opening act.
Rude.
Oh, that's convenient.
Thanks, Snickers.
Call me out like that. Well, now I do. Or tomorrow I will.
Excellent. I'll call them and make sure that everything's okay.
You are a gem. Okay. Guilt. Gone.
It's still there.
It's okay. It'll fade.
If you're performing tonight, though, we should go get noodles quickly because you're gonna have to go to sound check.
Oh my god, you're right. I'm gonna have to have soup.
Ramen.
Yeah, the noodles are so heavy though.
I just ordered the ramen without the noodles. Soup.
So soup.
I'll have your noodles.
Okay, that's fine.
You know,
Great.
guys, we might need to get this to go.
I'll call ahead. We'll pick it up.
Awesome.
We do that.
Do that. What's the name of this noodle place that I'm sure is going to come up a bunch more in this show?
What is the one that you guys did in the one shot? The one that
Oh.
LB's character was like a waitress in?
Oh my god, yes. We gotta go to her noodle shop.
That's not in the same state. Just
Oh, it's not?
Maybe they franchised
It's a-
out.
it's a
Fuck,
chain.
I
I'm going to yell into the other room really quick.
don't think she'll remember.
I want it to be a pun.
the wet noodle.
Use your noodle.
Oodles of noodles.
She doesn't remember. What are we going with?
That might be an actual thing.
I like use your noodle, and then it's just like it's a head and a face, and it like opens up into a bowl of noodles.
I think
and
that's
they're,
an
like,
actual
eating.
emblem to something, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing new under the sun, guys.
Yeah, it all exists.
Postmodernism.
Okay, use your noodle. Or any weird spelling for use your is.
It's
Don't shake your head at me.
USEUR noodle.
If we were up north, it could be Hoosier Noodle, but
Heyo.
It's a franchise.
it's a franchise.
I feel like this also has to be an internet cafe.
I love that.
Yes.
All right.
That's
use
where
your
the brain
noodle.
idea came from.
So when you run out of your AOL CDs for your free minutes, you can go here instead. Well, it's 01.
All right.
Maybe
We need
we've
to do
gone
some
to
research
Netscape. I
to
don't
the
know.
internet cafe.
All right. Use your noodle, ramen shop, and internet cafe. Cool. This is going to be the staple of this show now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys pick up some dinner and then head back to Grandpa's shop, the North Star.
We got Grandpa something too. We probably know what he likes to eat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Low sodium.
Yeah.
Low sodium tofu.
Yeah.
It seems rude not to.
He hates it, but his doctor insists that his cholesterol's too high. And yeah.
Feng slides some soy sauce packets.
They're low sodium.
Stuff tastes like ass. Thank you. And he takes the soy sauce packets as you all sit down upstairs to eat your noodles and soup. And he, sitting in his recliner still, says, "All right, what'd you find out?"
Well, you're right. It is one of ours.
Okay.
We've got a lead.
That's his front,
All right.
and that's his back.
Some.
I assume we have more than that to go on.
Yeah.
He's in a band.
Emails.
Yep.
Documentation.
Really mad guy named Mercury.
Huh.
Part of
And-
the band.
Yeah, one of the bands got booted and replaced.
Okay. All
Shrimp?
right, so motive.
No.
Did you bring those here?
Why do you still have those?
I don't know.
You took their tray?
I brought it from home.
I bet it's an antique, Grandpa.
Grandpa takes the tray, slides the shrimp off into his soup,
Amazing.
and then looks it over. Probably sell those for $15.
Chief, those shrimp have been out in the Floridian sun.
The broth will cook them. Just stirs them around a bit.
They're like roasted.
Ugh. Anyway, when I checked the accident site, no skid marks, but the road was chock full of anima.
So what are you thinking?
Either
He was incapacitated. Something made him think that there was not a wall there, and then he crashed directly into it. Something made him think that there was something that he wanted to crash directly into for his own safety, and then he crashed into the wall. Something.
less so on that one.
That's all I have.
What if something took over the car?
Perhaps.
Something took over the car and made him crash into the wall.
What we know is the neighborhood is a 25. He hit that wall way faster than 25. There were no skid marks, meaning he had no control over the brakes. Could be animated object, or I thought initially maybe his velocity changed at some point. There are anima that can do that, right? Make something go faster than it actually is.
Experience, yes. Good. Seems like we got to the same place.
You investigated before us, didn't you?
It was on the news.
Fair.
We should watch the news.
I read the news.
News only tells you so much.
Vivi goes flipping through the newspaper and there's like all the information that we just got. It's just written there.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of like folds it up and puts it away. Whoopsie.
No, the news story went over the accident, and I thought it was weird that a SUV could look like that after an accident, and that, yeah, we hit the same place, but didn't know about the band or what's it stuff. So it sounds like motive though, which is good that you found that out.
We've got a means to bait them out.
We have a plan.
Got a plan.
We canceled one of the bands, and Piper's going to take over for them.
All right.
That way we have an inside person and also another set of eyes from the stage.
Looking back on it, the collateral damage is going to be a huge-ass venue.
So you're using yourself as bait and planning on duking it out in front of a crowd of people.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
I thought the idea was that Piper would see them coming so that we wouldn't have to duke it out in front of a crowd of people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, we might have to duke it out a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. I've had stalkers before, so it's fine.
Sorry.
Okay. I wasn't talking about you, but we do need to talk about that at some point.
I mean, if we do it right, then the people should just think that it's a part of the show.
Could always pull a fire alarm.
I do tend to use a lot of lighting effects. So speaking of which, we should have a rehearsal.
And it will give us an option to actually check out the space beforehand.
Yes. Also that. I was thinking of that too.
Feng's looking over the written emails. So you guys know that sound check's in like 30, right?
We should go.
Grandpa,
Also-
are you gonna come?
No, it's too loud.
Aw. Okay.
I have those squishy earplugs that you can put in.
Plus my story's on tonight. I don't want to miss it.
What are you watching?
Days of Our Lives. It's the finding out that Julio is actually the estranged. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. It's not important.
I mean, it's very important.
Julio is a very primary character to that show.
Right.
It's fine. Penny will take a video for you.
And please don't tell me how it ends. I think my dad is taping it.
Follow Feng's lead if things go south. All right. Penny, observe.
It's like the thing she's best at.
Right. Okay. And just if it turns into a fight, if you have to run away, it's better than die.
I'll make sure nothing happens to them, Grandpa.
Okay.
Wise words as always, Mr. Grandpa.
All right. All right. Finish it. Please put those in the trash downstairs. And Feng, take the trash out back to the dumpster while you're at it, because I think it's getting a bit full. And and lock up the shop too. Oh, could you sweep before you go also, because then it's getting a bit dusty down there.
I will sweep when I get back.
That's what you said the last time, and it didn't get done.
I was in the hospital.
I'll help you. It's fine. We'll get it done.
All right, go. Okay. So the four of you go running to sound check. Are you bringing skateboarding, rollerblading, or roller skating? Piper, I assume you have like equipment and stuff though. Like, do you have an entourage or musicians or?
Yeah. She probably has like a band.
Yeah.
That
I
she
called
works
your
with.
roadies. They should be on the way.
Okay.
You are the literal best.
Aw,
We
thank
were
you.
gonna sweep.
I already did it. Let's go. Basically, as soon as Grandpa said to do something, like, she just went and did it anyway. It's done.
Okay.
Just leans over to Feng. I told you you would like her. And here we are. She swept and took out the trash.
It's not her job, but all right.
No, but she did it because she's nice.
Hmm.
Let's go!
15 till mic check.
All right, you all go running into and skateboarding, rollerblading, whatever, to the boardwalk. You see everything getting set up for mic check, or for the event. There's already a crowd of people buying tickets and getting into the like cordoned off area where the concert is going to be taking place. There are two stages that they have side by side. One they're currently getting set up for the first performance, while they're getting the second one set up for the performance after. You head around to the side where the performers are entering from, where the acts are coming through. There's a couple of vans over there where you can see like blazoned across the side some of the names of the bands that are going to be performing. You see Infinity Destructions. They're already parked to the side as they're getting ready for the first or the opening act. And there are some security people there wearing their big black shirts with the big security lettering across the front, and with clipboards kind of checking people in, speaking into mics or to headsets. And as you approach, Piper and your roadies are unloading your equipment too. They're kind of having a conversation. There's a bit of a heated conversation between one of your roadies and the security guard who you hear saying as you approach, saying, I'm sorry, I don't have her on the schedule. We've got Day Raiders is supposed to be here. I have nothing about Piper being involved in that. There's got to be some sort of miscommunication. And as you approach Piper, the roadies turn around just with big pieces of equipment strapped over their shoulders and lugging around and look for you what to do.
Keep unloading. It's fine. We're going to be on the left stage. I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Ma'am, no, they can't. Hold on. You can't go in yet. No, you're Piper, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a question?
Click, 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 click.
Right. My apologies. We don't have you on the event for tonight.
Bill, you definitely do. Day Raiders have been replaced by me.
When?
Earlier today, an email went out from Mr. Davis's assistant.
Okay, I don't have any way to check my email right now. All I have is the schedule that's been given to me. We've got the flyers. Day Raiders was the headline act for tonight.
Are they here?
They're not. We're trying to get a hold of them right now.
Well, you can wait and see if they answer the phone, which I doubt they will. I'm sure they're very disappointed at being replaced so last minute, but that's terrible for them. I'm so sorry. Or we could get a move on and get me set up for the mic check I'm supposed to be at in a couple of minutes. So I don't know. I mean, you can be the one that makes everyone late and delays your show by, I would say, if we don't make it to mic check on time, by the time we get
at least 30
set
to
up,
35 minutes.
Thank
if
you.
Not to a full hour,
Thank
depending
you.
on how long it takes everyone to disassemble and reassemble their equipment.
Feng's just looking at me like, how do you know that?
How do you not know that?
My videographer.
I work in.
Piper, I'm gonna have you roll charisma.
An 8.
Hey, all right. You the security guard lets out a long sigh and sort of tucks the clipboard under his arm and just rubs his temple a little bit and pulls the headset on his or the mic down his headset. Says, yeah, looks like we found them. I guess there's been a change of schedule. Can somebody get a hold? Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, well, I'll take care of it. All right, fine. Just get set up. I'm not getting paid enough for this anyway. Just go. Just go.
Thank you so much.
Right. So he lets you
We
through.
should tip him. Can somebody tip him?
I'll tip him 5 G's.
Okay. $5,000.
G's is our currency.
Yeah, no, it is.
Penny takes a shrimp out of her pocket and puts it on top.
Literally does not get paid for this. Feng
takes the money and then the shrimp. Right. Doesn't
Have a
eat
good
the
evening.
Yeah, it just peels the shrimp off of the money and sticks the money in his pocket. Waits until you guys walk off and tosses the shrimp off to the side. Seagull swoops down and takes it.
Waste not, want not.
Showtime. Let's go.
All right.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Feng is just gonna talk strategy. Piper, you're gonna be on stage. If you see anything, just send out Vega. We'll see it. Penny, can you work the crowd? Stay safe.
Penny's already scanning the crowd looking for that Keanu guy, and she just goes, "What'd you say?"
Excellent. Vivi, just do whatever you do.
You're
Got
with
it.
me.
She pulls out a clipboard and like pulls down a microphone, and she's gonna go and like case the backstage.
Hey,
Nobody tells you what to do when you're holding a clipboard.
hey. No active combat. This is a civilian zone. Do not get anybody hurt, including yourselves.
Okay, what do we do if they start hurting people?
Then you're allowed to hurt them back.
Awesome.
Don't be an asshole until they're an asshole. Got it.
There are a lot of assholes today.
Yeah, is hurting them really being an asshole though? If we're only doing it because they're hurting people.
Let's not get into the ethics of it. You have sound check.
I do. Let's go.
Feng is gonna stick next to Penny and eye of the crowd as well.
Without putting her camera down, she just pulls a cigarette out and lights it.
Taps her on the shoulder, points at a no smoking sign.
Tears the sign down, keeps smoking.
All right. So the first act begins. Punk band, high energy, just shrieking, it beginning to like deafen the crowd right from the get-go. The Piper, you're backstage getting ready, equipment being set up. You have a couple hours until your act begins. The rest of you are scanning the crowd. Okay, so what I want to do here, does anyone have anything specifically other than just looking, anything with their using any anima abilities or anything like that they want to do?
Unless I can conspicuously use the key reading, then he's just eyeing the crowd.
Okay, so sort of like using the key manipulation to sense any stronger presences within the crowd that would be
Basically, it just matches up with what he saw on the road.
What's the range on your anima?
12 meters, so
12.
not far.
Yeah, so you have a very small range to work with. So you can do that, but with 12 meters, what that's like 36 feet ish. I don't think you're going to be able to get much of the crowd from there. So it might be good to zero in once you know what you're looking for. You could do that now, but you'd have to do it a few times to scan the entire crowd, and even then people are moving. And
No, I think that'd just give us away, because then you have a giant anima just like looking around like bong.
yeah,
Bong.
yeah. Anyone else have any ideas?
She doesn't know how to use her powers yet. I was like, meta-wise, I would say if anything goes super wrong, she wants to set it back, but I don't think she knows how to do that yet. So, no, just watching.
Now's your crash course in anima usage. Stay calm. Anima more or less reflect your internal feelings. They might go berserk if you're too angry.
That's not
Calm.
how he feels at all. It's kind of the opposite. Sometimes if I'm too calm, he just wants to pop out. I feel like I'm keeping him in most of the time. Is that normal?
I don't know. I've never dealt with anything like that before, but I know it's a little jaded, but find your center. That balance that you need to keep him in and in check.
So don't let him out?
Unless you see an asshole.
Got it.
All right. Well, unless anybody had anything they want to do with their abilities, then whoever is scanning can just do an intelligence check.
He's the melt dice.
Woo! That's a 12 on
That's
a
a-
12.
That's a 2.
2 and 12. Okay.
Does that mean Sid criticals?
Did I? Oh, it has to be a junction check to crit,
Yeah,
right?
it has to be a junction check to crit. And yeah, a reminder with that, you crit if you roll max on both dice or if you roll 2 6s. So, you scan the crowd. I think Feng, you get a bit distracted, trying to keep an eye out. There's a lot to do. You're not really built for this. You're used to having a target and going after that. So this is a lot. It's kind of overwhelming. Penny,
This is Penny's jam.
you have a sort of advantage here. 1, you're a people watcher, so you're used to this, and 2, you have your camera, which lets you kind of scan around. You, as the first 2 acts finish and the third act takes the stage, which I'm reminding myself which one that is, Planet Hosen. You RJ just died.
I love that. That's really good. Not RJ dying, the name, sorry. RJ dying is not good at all.
I love both those things.
Hey!
You scan the crowd and you do notice something. Checking this here. You see sort of on the edges of the crowd near the back, just at the perimeter of the fence, you see a figure that is kind of walking around the edge. They are wearing I think the first thing that catches you is that they're wearing a jacket, which not many people here are, because it's like 70 something degrees.
Except but
Well, yeah. Again, not many people. Some are. and they have it kind of like the collar pulled up a little bit. They have longer kind of blonde hair. You recognize them though. It looks like the person that you saw leaving the party earlier.
Get a close up. What are they doing?
They look like they're walking around the perimeter. They've reached the far edge and kind of heading along the side of the crowd towards the side stage.
Sort of bang into Feng. He went that way.
What? Oh. What?
He went to the side stage. He's wearing a jacket and he looks extremely suspicious.
Great. Come on.
Oh, she'll come with you. We'll go to the side stage.
All right, the two of you make your way over to us. It is the same. It is the stage that Piper will be using for the next act. Currently getting set up. The curtains are closed. They're currently doing some last minute checks, making sure the tech is set up. Piper, you're on stage as well as Feng and I guess Vivi, you're probably also nearby over there. As Feng and Penny, you go make your way through or behind the stage towards where you last saw Keanu. Do you alert them at all, or do you just go to find your target?
She'll throw up the goose and just sort of point it in that direction. You ever heard of the goose? That's how you don't lose people in a crowd. If you wave a hand, everyone's waving hands. You just shoot a goose straight into the air.
What if everyone
And then
starts-
people gather there.
what
But
if
if everyone
everybody
starts doing that,
gooses?
yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be a whole flock.
I didn't think of that.
It's
And I've never encountered it before because I'm the only one that's ever done the goose.
precisely why we didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Fair.
If anything, it's better that none of us knew what you were talking about.
Huh.
She'll like point in his direction. So you randomly see someone's hand in the air pointing in a direction, and then you end up seeing the guy we were looking at earlier.
Oh, Penny's doing a goose thing. She's pointing at something.
Is that what it
It's
is?
that guy from earlier.
I thought it was a giraffe. Okay. Oh my god, it is.
Maybe it's a brontosaurus. Oh, that guy.
Ooh. Keanu. I told you he would show up.
He's not here to date you. He's here to kill you.
I mean, they're just different types of affection. No, you're right. No. I tried. I tried on that one. It didn't work out.
Whatever you're into, sweetheart.
I'm just glad I was right. So what are we doing something with the... Is it a goose? Are we going with the goose? Are we doing something with the goose?
I don't know. But you're on in like 2 minutes, and if you don't go out there, then things are going to be suspicious.
Okay. Guess that's... The goose is their problem.
Okay. So Vivi and Piper are staying behind to make sure the show does in fact go on, while Penny and Feng are heading to block off Keanu.
It would be really suspicious if I didn't.
They would. And actually security comes over for the final check and confirms with you and then says that as you're hearing the cheering as the last chords are hit by the previous act, they're finishing up. The crowd.
Would that be Planet Hosen?
Yes, Planet Hosen.
Oh, they're so loud.
Finishes up this German death metal band. And they as they finish their performance, the crowd kind of dies down a little bit more, and Piper, the lights come up on your stage, and your performance begin. You want to break us off a little piece of how Piper begins her show, her act?
Yeah, I think like, I don't know who this will reach, but think like, this is a little bit later, but like the Britney Spears like circus era. that's where she's at right now.
Okay.
It's a lot of like dramatic lighting and like it's very poppy music, but like a little suggestive.
Slightly voguey.
Slightly voguey, not like raunchy.
Okay.
Lots of costumes and very poppy.
Mm-hmm. This is so different than everything else that has gone off at this band jam tonight, which I think catches the audience a little bit as they go quiet and suddenly this like this heavy like synth comes in, and then the you get the bass line leading into your oops, I did it again.
It's a lot of like it's a lot of like hair tossing and things that are like vaguely burlesque but not quite.
Okay.
Does she
Cool.
throw in one of these?
Oh, like all of them.
Okay.
There's
That's
a whole
actually the
song.
entire-
It's basically
The
that.
whole
The entire
song.
song.
Yeah, with that era.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one's called Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very poppy and not like auto tune. Like Piper doesn't really do auto tune, but there is like occasionally I think like a little bit of like modulation, just like a fun sort of effect.
Sure.
But it's very purposeful.
Okay.
And that's Vega does that.
Okay, so you are using Vega for this
Yes.
performance. All right.
Was I just doing Vega just now? I didn't even know it.
I think you were.
Yes.
Perfectly roll.
Let's go. Ooh, yeah. Yes, that's Vega.
Love
Thank you.
him.
It's perfect.
He's amazing.
Spend an AP for that to use Vega.
Yeah.
And you can roll charisma for me plus your anima's power.
That is 2d12s, fam.
Okay.
Hit it. $22.
What you roll like a 10
Who
and
are
a
you?
I rolled a 10 and a 12.
Jeez. All right.
I mean,
It's the one thing I'm good at.
Yeah, I mean that is over a miracle as far as like the difficulty of that. I mean you drop the beat and then you pick it back up and then you spike it again. It's so good.
Bring the beat, bitch.
Yeah, you no, the crowd is immediately into it and completely engrossed. Like
Can I-
fuck all the metal and the rock that went on before. Pop is our new icon.
Since it was so good, can I add something?
Sure.
In the middle, she's got like, I think Piper has like a standard set list, and because it was so short notice, obviously she doesn't want to distress the band. They're fragile. But I think sort of in the middle of her performance, she's like, this is going so incredibly well. She turns to them very briefly and has them go along with this and drops a new single that they've been rehearsing but haven't performed live yet.
Oh man.
She switches out her closing number.
They're
for that.
they only go along with it because of how into it the crowd is. Otherwise, they would have never done this.
No, she would never ask them to do that.
Yeah.
Except
Okay,
once.
but we haven't gotten to that point yet because your performance starts
That's all I
and it starts strong as Feng and Penny are heading off the stage over to where you saw Keanu. Vivi, I assume you're sticking near the performance.
I think she can't take her eyes off of it. She's just
Okay.
like, this is hotsy totsy.
Okay. Vivi is enthralled as the other two. You hear it, but you focus and you find as you come off the side of the stage, you see one of the security guards that was positioned over here is currently lying face down in the ground. And they don't appear to be moving or breathing.
Check
you
on
do?
them.
Yeah. You head over and you
Check for
Check for-
pulse.
they seem to be dead.
Shit.
Asshole.
I hate to do this. Penny, can you call someone?
Who?
Anyone? Medic? There has to be a medical tent around here somewhere.
He's dead.
Alert someone then. And then he'll stand and
Like
keep going.
911?
Like anyone!
She will take... She'll literally just take out of her bag her big flash, stick it on the camera, and like goose it up in the air and just scream.
Okay.
And just like flash, 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 and scream as loud as she can.
Yeah. You begin to scream. I think you immediately, as you begin to do this, because the lights are off with the beat of the music, the screaming isn't really going along with the style of the music, like, you know, the crowd and what they're doing. I think it's just jarring enough that you do see some of the security guards that are posted near like the back of the crowd and off to this other side of the stage draw attention, and you do see some begin to push their way to the crowd, through the crowd in your direction. Are you going to stick there until they get there?
Just
or
gonna look toward Feng like, I did it. What do you
Feng
mean?
has
So
run
Feng's
off
gone. Yeah,
into
Feng.
the side stage.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah, then.
go running
Just-
after.
Yeah, go find Feng.
Okay, before we find Feng, Feng, you head off, you kind of following along the side to the back of the stage where some of the scaffolding comes up, and you can see under the stage as well. There's some equipment that's been stashed back here, and there's no one back here right now, and it's kind of eerily quiet. You hear the muffle of the music, but all the speakers, everything is directed the other way, so it's oddly quiet back here. You see. You do see somebody moving in the opposite direction of you, wearing that same jacket, you blonde hair. You see Keanu. That looks like they have rounded the back of the stage and they're heading off kind of to the between stages area. They're a couple meters away from you.
He's gonna run forward and round the corner.
Okay. As they hear you running up on them, you see Keanu wheels around, has like a frantic look on their face as they see you, and you guys lock eyes for a moment.
I want to litmus test this. He'll manifest Tortoise behind him. Does he react?
You see his eyes trail up towards where Tortoise appears.
No one's seen this, but there is a predatory smirk on his face. Gotcha.
In that moment that you lock eyes and look at each other, with Keanu staring at you, at that same moment, there is a flash of silver behind them, and you see another humanoid shape sort of appear, sort of shadowing their own, this semi-liquid body of this sort of mercury-like substance, in this quasi humanoid form, and it takes that form for a moment, and then it begins to sort of splash downwards and just traces across the ground in directions that sort of begins to surround and sort of encompass you. But as that happens, that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
No!
Because we are very close to time, and I don't want to start a combat situation when we are so close to finishing for tonight. And that is the perfect cliffhanger to leave on. So as you have encountered Keanu and their anima Mercury for the first time, we will see how this turns out. Awesome. Good game, guys. How's everyone feeling?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I know.
2 weeks.
Painful.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we will be bi-weekly for this because we'll be alternating with Saturday Night's Apocalypse. So yeah, we'll have to suffer through 2 weeks of pain and got to keep this level of intensity until then. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the system. I think everyone got to do some sort of role at some point, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I got to do a little bit of something. And we'll, as we get more into it, more things will happen. We'll have more action and stuff. But yeah, hopefully, I think by the next time we do this, we should have the full version of the game too, and see if there are any changes that come with that. And yeah, any thoughts? Before I close this out?
I have a note here that says, haha, I'm in danger.
You are in danger. It's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, we'll be back on the, what day would that be?
The 17th.
17th. Yeah, we'll be back on the 17th, same time, same, well, not the same, I'll be somewhere else, my own seat. Yeah, Savannah will too. Should be good. You can join us in the meantime for all the shows that we have on the channel. Until then, we do streams almost every day of the week, except for Mondays and Wednesdays. So you can check out all sorts of fun stuff we've got going on. As far as this week, our schedule is going to be a little bit different. We won't have a stream tomorrow, but we will have a stream on Wednesday. So we're going to be doing a makeup session for Wild Space, which is our 5th edition spacefaring D&D extravaganza that Ryan runs. That'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern time on Wednesday. Otherwise, our schedule will be as stated in our on our Twitch below. If you scroll down below our faces, if you're watching us on YouTube, head on over to Twitch, follow us while you're there, and look at whatever we're doing at this time. I don't think I have anything else. I'll plug this system again. Once again, we're playing Overarms. It's a new game that was kickstarted. You can check it out on DriveThruRPG. The rules, the free version of the game is still available, and the full version should be coming out soon. It's made by Rookie Jet Studios. Any of you guys want to plug anything that you're doing before we get going? No? No? Good. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, my lovely players, for joining me on this journey. Many more sessions to come. And thank you, everyone out there, for watching. We'll see everyone in 2 weeks. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.